Okay, everybody, it's been forever since I did a tutorial, and I know probably a lot of people are doing this, but I'm going to do an unboxing. My Diablo 3 Collector's Edition here, and just to let you know, I got more tutorials and different things coming up. I'm going to answer some of your questions. I know a lot of people have been asking me a ton of questions about Unity and Blender and stuff, and I swear I'll be getting back to you on this. I've just been so busy. I've been working non-stop on the Touch Animator program in my free time, and it's coming along well. I decided to kind of rewrite the whole program from scratch because I was having so many problems earlier. But first I gotta play this. I also had home repairs to do, so anyway, this is the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition, and let's go ahead and see what's inside. I'm sure a lot of you are already watching other people unbox, so hopefully I can give you a different perspective on it. I'm a huge Diablo fan. Diablo 2 was my favorite game of all time, so I've waited a long time for this. So I'm going to give you sort of like my overview of the art style and whatnot, because everyone else is just telling you what's inside. I'll do that as well. But so the first thing you'll notice here is this actual Diablo skull that's on the front. In the background, I'm installing the game right now, so you can kind of faintly hear the music. But what's nice about this is that it's actually a bas relief, so you can feel. Actually, most of the stuff that's here, you can see. You can feel the ridges and whatnot on it. So it's kind of an interesting idea that Blizzard went with kind of like a cream white kind of color for the outside and the outside box, because Diablo is kind of known for being sort of very dark and kind of horrific style of artwork and whatnot. So kind of ambiance. So it's kind of interesting that they did that. I guess they're kind of going against type. But then I guess that's the idea, is that you go for the light and then you reveal the darkness underneath. So it's kind of neat. So let's go ahead and see what's in the contents of this. And I guess I can't wait anymore, so I'll just show you to me, aside from the game, of course, the most interesting thing up front. You'll see this little box here. And again, this one, it has a little bit of a relief, but as you can see here, when you move it against the light, how it has a glossy finish to the highlights here and whatnot, and it has sort of like a Goatman skull on there. So this really has an interesting feel to it. This is the actual figurine that comes with it, and you'll see it's numbered here and whatnot. So when you open it up, it has this really strange kind of very interesting smell to it. I know that's a strange thing to say, but it has a new game smell, is all I can say. So that's an interesting thing. Just like new cars, it has a new game smell. And what is in here is quite interesting, which is the Diablo skull figurine head. All right, and as you can see here, it's actually quite detailed. I don't know. Once I get up to the camera, though, I'm losing a little light, but it's extremely detailed and intricate. It's very well done. All right, it's just the top of this head there. So, and there we go. Here is the Soul Stone, USB Soul Stone, which, if you're familiar with Diablo lore, you'll know what this is all about, and that fits right into here. And the USB Soul Stone has both of the older games on it. It has Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, plus the expansion pack, Lord of Destruction, I believe. I haven't plugged it in yet, but I would imagine that it kind of glows red when you plug it in. The only thing about this is that it doesn't really... It kind of sits in here. It doesn't snap in or fit in. So you can see here a little bit of waggle here. If we put it in the other way, you get the same effect. You get a little bit of wiggle and stuff. So that's the only unfortunate part of this, but I'm really enthused about this right here. It even has, like, the packing in here is not just some flimsy foam. It's quite sturdy and nice if you want to pack this thing away later on. Alright, so that is the figurine. Okay, here is an art book, which unfortunately I can't open yet because, well, I don't want to open yet because I'll be tempted to look inside, and then if I do that, I've heard that there's spoilers, some key plot elements, different characters show up, and you'll end up seeing that. So I have to burrow through the game as fast as possible in order to see the art book. But also it has embossed lettering there. I can show you. Let me get this. Here are some indications from previous Blizzard Collector's Editions. Here's the Art of StarCraft that came with the StarCraft Wings of Liberty special edition. And so you get to see, I'm sure this Diablo thing is going to be very similar. What you get to see is you get to see some final renderings, but you also get to see artist sketchbooks, and a lot of times, unfortunately, you'll see some designs that were thrown out in the process of designing the characters. And oftentimes, for me, like for example, this really interesting Terran kind of jet here. Sometimes these early designs are actually more interesting than some that are in the game. For example, if you look at the Protoss, they have this giant, almost like Pharaoh style of like Templar here, floating on some sort of disc. It's very interesting. Here's the early Immortal. There's a Zealot, this style that's in the game, but here's a Zealot with a gigantic cannon on his arm, and quad side blades. So that would have been really cool. All right. And then if you see the other one, the Art of Warcraft, it also has a very combination of old style artwork, sketch art, as well as some of the finalized artwork and whatnot. So I'm hoping that's what's in there. I just don't want to look at it now, the art book, until I'm done. Okay, I'll do that next. Here's the game itself, game DVD, and once you install this, it's going to ask you to register it on your Battle.net and whatnot. So just be aware of that. One thing that's interesting to me, at least, is in here. I don't want to show you my game key there, but okay. It actually has a game manual, and you probably know this from watching my channel. I'm a huge geek, but I'm really an old style gamer geek, and I just loved the when I was a kid, when I would buy PC games and stuff. First thing I would do while I'm installing the game and whatnot, and even after that, is I would just read the manual over and over again, go through, look at the maps. A lot of times they have backstories to different characters, and gives you more of a kind of feel for the game. Kind of brings you into the game more. So later on, I'm going to, after playing through this, I'm going to go through this and read up on this. So it's pretty interesting. The Forgotten Art of the Game manual has been revived by Blizzard, and I hope they keep it. Okay, and finally, well, not finally. Here is the behind the scenes DVD. I believe it's DVD or Blu-ray. It is Blu-ray, thank goodness. I see. So it's a combo set. It's a Blu-ray and DVD combo set. So anyway, this is the behind the scenes. It's got the Blu-ray versions of all of the cinematics that are in the game, as well as commentary tracks, which, if it follows in with the other Blizzard stuff, the commentary tracks are usually quite informative to people like me who are into how things are made. You'll see director's commentary, world design interviews, gameplay discussions, character creation roundtables. So if you're into games, how they're made, if you want to make your own kind of stuff, these types of things, it's Mana from Heaven or Nectar or whatever. And the Collector's Edition soundtrack. So we pop this open, and it has a nice art style. Barbarian seems to figure very heavily into the clip art that's on a lot of these things. And inside here is a fold-out, which gives you the credits and special thanks. There's usually a little text blurb where they talk about the game in the middle and in the back. All right, and I will be listening to that on my way back and forth to work every day, probably for the next couple months. And finally, all right, the USB drive, which has the key codes for the original games that come on the skull. You've got your guest passes if you want to invite people to come and play in Diablo there with you. All right, and then there's a guest pass for World of Warcraft. All right, so I don't want to really show all those, but so that is the contents of it, and it looks fantastic. Can't wait to when the install is done and I get to finally, actually play this game after waiting for 12 years. So that is the Diablo 3 unboxing. Everybody's doing an unboxing, but I thought, hey, I've got the stuff, I got the time while the game's installing. I'll go ahead and give you this little tidbit. Like I said, later on, I'm going to be getting back into doing some tutorials. What I'm going to do more specifically is start answering people's questions on that they mailed to me. Just answer them one by one. People will have a lot of comments and stuff. I just don't get a chance to answer them through the standard, through the standard chat. Also, when I've tried to answer through my iPad's YouTube app, for some reason the comments don't seem to be going through. So I will be getting back to that, and you will be hearing more from me. So stay tuned, and hope you enjoy this. I'm sure everybody's going to be playing Diablo 3 now anyway for the next couple weeks, so you probably don't even care about a tutorial for the next couple weeks anyway. So, alright, so pretty soon, be getting back into things, and that is the Diablo 3 unboxing, Collector's Edition, and we will see you later.